You're finding it hard to show up and do the hard work every day. You feel as if it's more of a chore, more of a task, and you're constantly having to force yourself to do it now. As someone who literally just by default does the hard work because he loves the struggle, I am going to show you how to reprogram your mind to enjoy the hard work. Now, I was literally the guy that was addicted to so many different vices, so many bad habits, and just my brain was completely fried. Anything that was hard just made me feel horrible. It felt like a task. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't bring myself to do any work. I couldn't bring myself to hit the gym. And it was crazy. It's night and day just from this one thing. And it's dopamine. It's very simple, but it's not easy. So first of all, when you train your brain to associate junk food, porn, weed, gaming, alcohol, things of that nature with dopamine, and it's really the only associate that it has with dopamine, you're going to constantly seek that. Now, the problem is with these things is they're easily accessible, they're self-destructive, and they keep you wanting more and more and more and more. And it's very, very counterproductive. Where, as you need to think, right, if you viewed these things, if you viewed the hard work the way that you view these things, you wouldn't be able to stop doing hard work. The reason why a lot of you guys that watch this, who want more junk food, who want more of these things, but you're a bit more disciplined than everyone else, you hold back from doing them. Whereas if that was the case with work, you wouldn't even want to hold back from doing it. You'd be like, yeah, this is a great thing. And you would take so much action to where you just feel proud, you feel positive, you feel good, you feel grateful. And you're like, yeah, this is amazing. Life is amazing. Like, if you had as much desire to work and to self-improve as much as the desire that you had to drink a can of sugary juice, or to eat a takeaway, or to drink some alcohol, then that would be an absolute cheat code. That would be a hack to life. The thing is, a lot of people don't understand, you can literally do it. But it all starts from a dopamine detox. Now, I'm going to give you an example of most men's days that keep them addicted to instant gratification, instant dopamine hits, the self-destructive, counterproductive dopamine that we spoke about. And I'm going to give you an example of what I do and what I've done to go from who I used to be, which I'm literally going to explain, to who I am now. Give me one moment. So, yeah, this is all off the dome. So, I've literally lived it, I've been through it, and I've done it. So there's no scripting here. None of my videos are scripted. They are all straight off the dome. I literally just put the camera on and I hit record. That's why sometimes I might stumble. Now, what my day usually consisted of when I was addicted to pleasure instead of addicted to purpose, I was addicted to things that were extremely counterproductive, and I wasn't addicted to work like I am now. I was waking up and I wasn't waking up, I was sleeping in. Now that makes you feel good. It makes you feel good in the moment, but it makes you feel bad in the long run. So that's the very first dopamine hit of your day. You get that dopamine of sleeping in for longer. Now when you actually get up out of bed, you're craving more dopamine already. Oh, the phone. Instagram. Scroll, 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 scroll. You've already trained your brain that morning to seek instant gratification, to seek instant dopamine. And the trick is as well, guys, when you do eventually rewire your brain, you need to maintain it, and it's hard. It's not easy. You literally need to rewire your brain every single day. The way that you live the morning is the way that you're going to live the rest of your flipping life. The way that you act in the morning is the way that you're going to act during the day. So even for me, someone who is extremely productive, gets lots of dopamine from doing the work. See, if I wake up and I start scrolling, it's got a high probability of setting me off for that full day because I've lowered my standard, I've let the dopamine in, and I'm not controlling my mind, and I've let down that mental barrier. Hence why I don't do it. So you scroll, you get the dopamine from that, and then you're like, oh, I'll make my breakfast and I'll put on some music. Music is a really big thing, guys. When you're constantly listening to music, it's constant dopamine, 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 and you're literally frying your dopamine. What I always suggest is audiobooks and music without words, right? In moderation, of course. Really, music can be really good for locking into deep work blocks. Music can be enjoyable in the gym. I would say, yeah, if you're going to listen to music, do it in the gym. A lot of people listen to music for motivation, which is a problem in itself, but I'll cover that in another video anyways. So, switch it out for audiobooks. Even better, in the morning, why do you have to be giving yourself dopamine? Why do you need to be listening to music? Why don't you just let your thoughts flow? Why don't you just genuinely think? Block out all the dopamine. Do you ever realise that if you go somewhere and your phone's dead, or you leave your phone somewhere, or something like that, right? You don't bring your phone with you, you end up having more mental clarity, you have a better time, and you just enjoy life more until you're sucked back in and it's dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. That is because you are getting dopamine from things like nature. Literally. The reason why I don't drink loads of fizzy juice, sugary juice, is because I get dopamine from water, because it hydrates me, it makes me feel great, and I get dopamine from that. The reason why I don't skip the gym is because when I go to the gym, I feel great. Because I'm not constantly watching porn, eating Doritos, and eating takeaways to where my brain associates fun, feeling good, dopamine with these things. When I think about feeling good, because of the way that I've trained my brain, if I want to feel good, if I felt bad one day, right? If a family member passed, so to speak, God forbid, and I was to be like, you know what, I want to make myself feel better, I'm going to hit the gym and I'm going to do loads of work. I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups, because my brain associates dopamine, associates feeling good with something which is actually productive and something that's going to make me more competent. And that is literally the hack to becoming the guy that you want to be. And it's really that simple. So moving forward, you need to analyse your day. You need to actually sit, either grab a notepad and pen, or just genuinely sit and think, what are your main dopamine traps? What are your main comfort traps that are stopping you from going? Because maybe when you come, maybe you've already thought in your head, yeah, I can wake up 2, 3, 4 hours before my work and I can do personal development, but I just love the dopamine of sleeping in. Maybe you have tried to wake up that early before, but because it was hard, you're like, oh no, I can't do it. Maybe you did wake up that time, but instead you fucking scrolled. Instead you gave in to dopamine. Maybe when you come in from work, you actually do have energy, but you're like, oh, I'll sit down and have my food, then I'll go to work. But then when you sit down and have your food, you put the TV on, or you pull your phone out and you start scrolling, and it's dopamine, and you're like, oh yeah, like, why? The thing is, guys, the human mind is like, it's crazy. And we are programming ourselves to be fucking losers. We are literally reverse evolving. And if you are, it doesn't make sense for you to go to the gym. If you've got all these flashing lights, the sounds in the background, the colours, this X, Y, and Z, and it's like, it's so entertaining. What is even the point in going to the gym? Now, the point in going to the gym is, of course, to be a better man for your family, a better man for you, have a better lifestyle, be more confident, be more respected. The list goes on. Like, the gym is, like, working out, physical activity, one of the most important fucking things on this planet. But why does it matter when you can just feel good in a moment and sort of prioritise that? When you're given into comfort, when you're given into pleasure, when you're given into instant gratification, these dopamine sources, all thought goes out the window. You're not thinking about your family, you're thinking about this instant dopamine, so you need to cut this the hell out. Now, if you sleep in, you have Cocoa Pops and protein powder for your breakfast, and you're listening to music in between that, and then you scroll, and then you go to work, and you start talking about unproductive stuff, that is compounding. That is literally, the dopamine is snowballing throughout the day. Now, when you spike your dopamine early on in the day, you start to seek more of that dopamine throughout the day. So, one thing, dopamine detox. Next few days, no phone, delete social medias. If you don't have an online business, you do not need flipping social media. Majority of you do not have online businesses. Delete it. Why do you need it? Personally, if I never had an online business, and if I never coached people for a living, I would delete all of my social medias. I don't need it. Like what? For women? I'm not fucking interested. I want to level the fuck up. That's where I get my dopamine from. Anyways, delete social medias. Remove all of the instantly gratifying bullshit foods from your house. Bullshit variables, the conversations, the music, the environments that you're going to, the club on the weekend. Don't fucking go. Dopamine detox, right? Edge all these things out of your life for the next few days. Cold shower in the morning. Morning framework. Message me on Instagram, Tony MC Coaching, TM6, and I'm going to send you over my 6-step morning framework for absolutely free. You can start following that every morning. That's going to reprogram your mind for getting dopamine from doing the hard stuff. Do more work. Work out every day, and I mean every day, whether it's weights, whether it's a 20-minute run, doing sprints, whether it's a 40-minute zone 2 decent paced run. Do that, right? Next few days, simple. And then after those few days, tell me how good you feel. Tell me that you don't want to do the hard work. And you're seeing results. And you're like, you know what, this is addictive, man. Tony was right. And then once you've done that, then start to work the dopamine back into your days. But place it at the end of the day. Dopamine loading. Load the dopamine at the end of the day. Cut the dopamine out when you have to be the most productive. When you're doing your work. Stop listening to fucking 50 Cent. Instead, just put on a beat. Low volume. In the background to help you focus. Pick a specific beat. Which your brain associates with deep work. Listen to that. When you're in the car, when you're driving to work, listen to an audiobook. Stop listening to music. Change your foods out. Maybe have a little treat at the end of the day. Listen to a little bit of music at the end of the day. Maybe watch a movie at the end of the day when everything is done. But do not allow yourself to watch the movie before you go to the gym. Do not allow yourself to listen to the music before you go to the gym, because it always compounds into you being counterproductive. So guys, this is like, it's such a simple thing, but it's such an important thing. And it's something that personally I sometimes fall into. Sometimes I'll fall into the instant dopamine. For me, it's really just scrolling on Instagram. Because I'll go on Instagram and it's like I'm seeing these successful guys and I'm like, oh, that's good, that's good, I'll study him. And then it goes from like study as content to just mindlessly scrolling. And next thing I know it, 30 minutes is gone, and then that compounds into the rest of the day. I'm thinking about that, I'm seeking dopamine throughout the day. Now, I don't have problems with weed, porn, alcohol, or junk food, never indulge in any of them, but social media is a really, really big thing for me, especially with someone with an online business. It is hard, and I need to delete my social medias multiple times a day when I'm not using them to literally remove it from my site, because it's that addictive for me. And yeah, this is what I do. This is literally what I do every single day. I've got in my mind, I need to get dopamine from things that require effort. I cannot feed myself dopamine, making sure that's still on. I cannot feed myself instant dopamine in the morning because I'm just going to crave it for the rest of the day and I'm going to chase it. So guys, I hope this has helped you. Now, if you want to work with me one-to-one, get the blueprint to get in the best shape of your life, mentally and physically, and you want to take your life, your body, your mind, everything to the next level, DM me on WhatsApp 07835261491. We can discuss your goals, we can get you on a call, we can get you on board. If you want any free advice, you can message me on Instagram, Tony MC Coaching. I post a lot of reels on there as well. So, hope this has helped you all. God bless you all. Have a productive day. Stop seeking dopamine.